Hello lovely people and welcome to the channel, and in today's video I am going to be doing a response video to Prestige's Key. He made a video about bots being in Infinite Warfare multiplayer, and I have some opinions of my own, so I'm going to voice them in a reply to him in a kind of way like that. Just want to start off by saying I do not hate Prestige's Key in any way, nothing against him. He is one of my, if not my favourite Call of Duty YouTuber that I like to watch and inspires me to keep going with my channel. This is simply a reply. At the end of the video on bots, I will leave a link to that in the description. He speaks about asking other people for their opinions. This is just my opinion on the matter with the game. It's not hate, it's not drama, just an opinion of my own. So if you didn't see that video by Prestige, essentially what he says is that in Infinite Warfare they would have a bot, an AI controlled player who would be on teams if there wasn't enough people on that team, or if someone rage quit or got disconnected, that an AI controlled bot would be put on the team just so the lobbies don't feel empty. Now this sounds quite good and he has a very positive opinion of it. I think it would be good in non-objective game modes like team deathmatch, in free-for-all, and things like that, because in those lobbies, if there's not enough people, then the lobbies just feel dead. You can't find anyone to kill, and it's just really slow and boring. But in objective-based game modes, I'm not sure they would work quite as well as we're hoping them to be, unless they were tuned and sort of reworked extremely well to act like real players. I don't think they'd be very good in objective game modes, and I have a little bit of an explanation why I think that. So let's take Domination as an example of an objective game mode, and why I don't think a bot would work too well in it. Now in Domination, to have the most fun, and part of the actual game mode itself, is to know where people are going to be spawning. If your team holds the A and the B flag, you can pretty much guarantee that the enemy are going to be spawning at the C flag. So whether you're going for a high scoring gameplay, or you're trying to get those melee kills with a knife to get a diamond, you know where the enemies are going to be, so you can hang about in that area and hopefully get the kills that you need to either get a lot of kills or complete those camo challenges. That's why in a 6-man party who all know what they're doing, they just destroy the other team. If you ever played on Nuketown against a 6-man party or using kinetic armor, they just destroy the other team. They leave one flag either neutral or captured by the enemy and just spawn trap. You just can't do anything about it. It's not much fun for the other team, but they're having a good time and that's what they find fun. Now, a bot whose main purpose is to want to capture objectives in Domination would ruin this whole sort of spawning system. I'm sure you've played games where the enemy has one flag and you have two, and then someone on your team will run into the enemy's flag area, their spawning location, and their whole team will be pushed to spawn somewhere else. You might be on a nice streak, and all of a sudden there's an enemy behind you and you get killed by them. Now, if you're playing with bots on your team, whose main objective is to capture these objectives, then that's all they're going to do. They're just going to be running into spawns, breaking the spawns, and just having one of those domination games where you constantly flip from A to B and C over and over again. B never really gets taken, it's just A and C get swapped over and over again, maybe twice, 3 times per minute, and it's just really irritating to have to run the length of the map to try and find people. Have a bit of a gunfight in the middle, you get all the way there, and then the spawn flips and all of a sudden they're all the way behind you again. And even in other game modes like Hardpoint, if the bot was just trying to play the objective, they would be feeding the enemies or your team's score all the time. They'd get easier streaks, it might not be quite as fun, and how annoying would it be if in Search and Destroy a bot grabbed a bomb and then ran down the middle of the map and died in the most awkward place, just so you couldn't easily get the bomb back and plant. It might not be that great for bots to be in some objective game modes, but in non-objective game modes like TDM and free-for-all, I think it would be really good. So, as Prestige said, if the bots are balanced properly and they are actually tuned to act like players, then it should be fine in non-objective game modes. He said that some bots need to be higher difficulty like veteran and others need to be recruit. You couldn't just have a team of veteran bots, because if you ever played against them in custom games, you have no chance. They spin around and have like lock-on aim so quickly. So it'd need to be balanced well. But for objective game modes, whilst it's good in theory because the lobby would be more full, you'd have more players, and it would increase the longevity of the game, as Prestige said. In practice, it would be really hard to replicate how a real player plays the game, and it wouldn't be much fun if the bots were just constantly ruining it, as I've described earlier in this video. There was a mode like this in Black Ops 2. Combat Training Online allowed 2 teams of 6v6 with a maximum of 3 real players per team, the rest being made up by bots, to play a variety of game modes. Now in this mode you earn half XP up to a certain level, and you didn't get any of your camo challenges, so headshots didn't really count for anything. But the bots were stupid, really easy to kill, and it was a place to go if you just wanted to have fun, get some high streaks, get lots of kills in one game. You couldn't really use it for gameplay because they were obviously bots, but it was still a lot of fun, but not beneficial to you in any way. So if bots were to be implemented like this in Infinite Warfare, then there's not really much point, because you only earned half XP, didn't even last forever, and there was no benefit to getting camo challenges. I mean, even the bots in Titanfall were dumb. They didn't really shoot back. You occasionally got killed by them, but it was still ridiculous. So these are my thoughts on the topic. They are good for non-objective game modes, but probably not for objective ones. And again, as Prestige said, I'm sure people would find a way to abuse this system. They'd find ways to lock the lobby and get them and just a team of bots on recruit on the other side and get easy XP, free headshots for challenges. Just not have fun with the game, just abuse the system. If you guys have liked this video, feel free to drop a like below. It really helps me out to know that you guys are liking the content that I'm making. Leave a comment on your opinions on this. Do you think bots should be in Infinite Warfare multiplayer or not? Subscribe for more content, and I will see you guys later.